Di mo salamat, Shopee. Okay, game na tayo. Game. I'll still use English. Okay? X Miracle, so people can visit the VOD, like the replay of the broadcast, and then learn from it. All right. So we're playing with Bristleback, Tusk on top lane. No, party game. Rank. What's your? Wait. Let me just pause it here or slow it down, and then let's see your request in here. Archon 4. Say it here. Let's edit. Archon 4 soft support. Tusk. Nakalaro nga ako, puro talo eh. Buisit na yan. 2-0-2. Ayos lang yan. Babawi ako sa mga. Fortless. Thanks for the follow. So your comment in this game is that I feel like I could have done better with my decisions in play. I've made many mistakes and I want to know exactly what they are. There were times where I got greedy which caused me many deaths. Can you please tell me what improvements I need to work on? Yeah, sure. It's kind of easy to do. Possibly you're going to play against this Wraith King and then Ogre, right? Ogre, Wraith King. Also, there's a possibility that they can do some lane swapping, like have this Necrophos in the top lane since you're both strength, and then naturally the Necrophos will win against Bristleback. But at this point, it feels like this is a mid lane. This is a mid Necrophos. Why are you going for the Ogre? That is the worst target that you could go. Ogre is really tanky early on. Look at the armor. 2 armor. 3 armor. Where's the Mars? 2 armor. And look at this guy. Like 7 armor. You don't need to go for the Ogre. You are dealing less damage to him. Because he has high armor and then this is only plus 5. You know? Go for the cores like Mars. Necrophos. You know? This is a very long drawn fight. Actually, the Ogre can just, you know, sustain it. Look at that one. This is a very tanky boy. What is this attacker magic? I don't understand it. Why do you need to TP in there? The engagement is done. Like, this is a waste of TP. This is what I call walk of shame right there. Walk of shame, bro. You TP to the outpost, like it will take a few seconds, like 6 seconds, and so you don't need to do that. Just focus on laning. It's done. Since you are not here, they are basically bullying your Bristleback. Bristleback went for the Q, level 1, which is really interesting because that doesn't achieve anything in the lane. That's it. Range. I wonder what you were trying to achieve in here. Like, the better play here, since if you think about Ogre is really good lane dominating support. It's really strong in level 1, level 2, level 3. But the biggest problem of Ogre is that the mana itself. It's the same concept with Undying. They're really strong in the early levels. So instead of you contesting with the levels on this Bristleback and also, you know, doing nothing, just running around, the better play that I can suggest to you in here is that cut this. Go here and here. In that way, you will give the Bristleback a free experience, like solo experience, and then once you successfully pull the wave to here, you will have like level 2 as well, and then golds like 200s. You're basically not needed in this lane right now. They cannot easily go on the Bristleback. I mean, yeah, they can try this and that, but this guy has sustain. You know, Tango, Salve. So this one is much actually better play, because once you did that one, you will deny the full wave of the enemy while getting the full wave and then getting the experience, and then possibly the lane will be will be naturally pushed in, and then the bristleback will need to play around here, and then ogre doesn't have mana anymore. The biggest one of the things that I notice in your gameplay is that you don't check the items of the enemy, like seeing if the ogre have mana. This one is gonna fail. You failed to realize that they have so many creeps in here. I don't know what you are looking, but that should be obvious. Like, the number of creeps in the minimap, and also from your camera. You are seeing them. So I don't know why you decided to pull in there. Did you expect that the Bristleback will actually tank those creeps and then 2 heroes? It's not gonna happen. It's a good kill. Enemy is overstepping. Actually, you can go for the snowball play right there. If you're quick with your fingers, like when the Wraith King decided to go for stun, you can dodge it. Or you can, what you call this? Yeah, dodge it pretty much. I mean, there's a better term for it, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Disjoint the projectile. Well, getting closer. But yeah, it's still good. Overall. What's your item? Boots and then what? Now you're checking the items of your team. Where are you going? Sidestep? What do you mean sidestep? Salve, Clarity, Orb Venom? I feel like Orb Venom is a waste of gold in this particular match, because the Bristleback has the nasal goo, right? He has the slow. This one is a slow and then damage, sure, but I don't think it's actually needed. This is like how much? 300? No, it's much lower. 275 gold. You can have something like Windlace to move faster, and then even trying to gank these Necrophos later. Stack and pull, nice. You should keep on stacking that large camp, because the Wraith King and then Ogre cannot easily contest it. And then you have Bristleback, which loves playing with the stacks. You can actually try to stack in here later on for the Ancients. Like, we have Medusa, Bristleback. Those guys love the ancient stacks. Do you want to go on Ogre? No, just leave him alone. Find opportunity for you to get this Wraith King. Dispel? Or disjoint? Oh. Okay. You should go on the Wraith King right now. If you trapped the Wraith King right there, like right here, he will not gain anything under this tower, like 4 creeps. And then the Bristleback is actually near. They don't have any more spells on the Ogre. And then he doesn't have stun. You can easily go to this guy. Like, turn around. What happened? Right here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Since you're not checking the items of the enemy, like even if you are just moving around, you could actually check the mana pool of the enemy. Like, okay, Ogre doesn't have anything. They didn't use the stun properly. Right here at this point, you should go. Bristleback is here. You should go. It's a missed opportunity right there. And I'm not sure about this TP. Like, you cannot kill him, for sure. He will die. Nah. Missed. Oh. If you went to the right side, you're alive. The Heartstopper will kill you. If that kick didn't hit you, you're alive. But in the first place, you should not TP in the mid lane. Like, the puck is alive. You're not needed in there. Walk of Shame again. Good thing that you're checking the progress of your team, but you should check the items of or the progress of the enemy as well. Like, how much farm this Red King has. Okay, you want to put wards in here? That means you want to stack right now?
Is missing.
Yeah, for sure. You want to stack it now. 53, 54. You can go for shard as well in here to double stack. Double stack though.
Bounty.
Double stack. You have Sage Mask. If you have Sage Mask, it will naturally regen your mana.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Puck is losing the mid matchup. I think that's mainly because of the Earth Spirits game. And then Necrophos has, you know, got those kills as well. Facets, yeah. Denied. Maybe get the illusion soon. Facet? No. Okay, you still have it. You cannot kill this Necrophos. You need something like Vessel. It's really good Vessel game because they have Necrophos, which will sustain himself and the team. Also, the enemy has 3 strength heroes, which, if you think about the Vessel or the Urn, oh yeah, we go for Vessel. It's really based on the current health of the enemy, so the higher HP pool they have, the better it is. Yeah, the mid lane is getting out of control. It is really getting out of control. The mid is GG, for sure. The best thing that you can do at this point is just push out the lane in the mid. Shove the mid, then play in the jungle. You don't need to try to kill this Necrophos, unless you're like 3 or 4 heroes. 2 heroes is not enough. You're going for Medallion. Maybe you're going for Vessel as well, like the item route, to buff the Medusa. It's not that bad, but it's not that good either. Because you're basically relying on Medusa, which will actually show up like in 30 minutes of the game. 20 to 30 minutes, the Medusa will show up. Whereas if you play Vessel, you can always play with Puck and your team. And then the Medusa is just farming, you know? If you go for Vessel, you can do a lot. You can destroy their regen. You can destroy their strength heroes. Stack. You should stack. I'm going to fast forward the game. Because at this point it feels like we're not going to get something in here. So why this Race King reacted that way? Maybe it's warded. I mean, yeah, it is warded in the mid lane. Like, he saw you walking from mid to top. That's why it's easy for them to read your movement. I mean, it's actually better if you try to walk to the bottom river while the Puck is destroying the observer, and then once it's destroyed, you go all the way to the top lane. In that way, the enemy will think that you are going to bottom lane, and then they will not go on the Medusa, and possibly you'll be able to kill the Wraith King since he thought that you're going to the bottom. It's kind of mind games, you know? You'll get used to it. Look at the net worth. Yeah, definitely not looking good. Necrophos needs to die. But in order for him to die, you need Puck, Tusk, even with the Keeper or Bristleback, like 4 heroes is needed to make it happen. That's how strong he is. If you want to kill the Necrophos. But the best thing that you can do about it is just evade this Necrophos. Just play in a different lane when he showed up. Let's say he showed up in mid. Just shove the lane and then move on. The Necrophos cannot easily push. You should go for Medallion in here. Once you use the Medallion to this grip here, it will aggro as well. You know? This one doesn't cost anything, it's only cooldown. It could be double stack.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Same
under
concept with your
attack.
shard earlier, but the shard has cooldown and then mana cost. But this one doesn't have mana cost. Abuse it. Abuse the free ones. How can you abuse those things that has payment like mana if you don't even abuse the free? Going for Tranquils? You didn't know? Okay. It's fine if you don't know. But since you know now, hopefully it won't happen again.
Middle tower.
The higher MMR, the higher the MMR you have, the more efficient you are when it comes to the gameplay. Like every second you're doing something. Right now you're just you just took the mid creeps and then stacking. Okay, that's actually good. If you go for Tranquils, that means you want to move around the map. Because the HP is not going to be a problem, and then mana is not going to be a problem as well, because you have Medallion of Courage. But I feel like it's kind of late that you have this Tranquils. I don't think you're going to move around that much this time. Now you're going to Shard, and then TPing in here, not the greatest. It's better if you save the TP or the snowball for save like here. Let's see it one more time. So here, you actually have the reach to go for this guy. You don't need to go for a snowball right there. You could go for just tag team and then Walrus Punch, and then at this point you can go for snowball and then save the Medusa. But I think Medusa is still dead. But the idea is that you don't just throw your spells.
Tower is under attack.
You need to be efficient with your spell usage. Because you cannot afford to keep on buying Clarities and Mangoes just to sustain your mana, right? You don't have TP. I mean, the enemy knows that you don't have TP. And then they scouted you. You're dead. I think it's better if you just suicide in the tier 2. Since you waited for so long, the Necrophos actually took the kill. Or you can just play here and then here and then here. Much safer. Because you scouted them. Yeah, you're waiting for the Mars Courier, but it's a high risk but low reward play. They set the space overall because they're nearby. They scouted you, you're dewarding alone, which is a big no-no. You will die again. You're feeding so much. And then your team is baited in. Nice try. But even if you manage to do that one, I think you're still dead. Because Earth Spirit is still there to chase you down. You should not play in the bottom anymore. It's much better if you play in here, in this area. Because Medusa will try to farm in here, like play in the Ancients. This is blocked. I don't think someone realized that it's blocked. Aside from Medusa, for sure. And then your skill build is actually weird as well. Like 2-2-2 skill build. It doesn't achieve anything. Most of the time, Tusk will max the tag team for the early damage, you know? It's really strong early. But as the time goes on, the tag team will fall off. Because the enemy will have damage as well to deal with you, like damage you. And then possibly kill you. So you cannot stay on top of the target, for sure. This is really painful to watch. Like, they are now controlling the triangle of your team. What can you do in this game? Centering the high ground? Yeah, sure. You're going to farm as well? Okay. Enemies know that Bristleback TP to the top tier 2, and then they know that you're possibly going to mid. Necrophos is here. They cannot do anything about it. They managed to survive and kill their spirit, but that's it. You're no longer in any shape to fight. It's going to be ugly. Yep, exactly what I said. You don't have any more spells, you don't need to try to make something happen. Can you actually kill him? Yeah, you managed to kill him. That's 1100 gold. You can actually go for a Blink Dagger. The enemy is kind of cocky right there. Good thing that you punish their greediness. But you need more than that, to actually turn this game around. A Vessel is really needed. Blink Dagger is always good on Tusk to save someone. Hopefully you will go for Vessel. I mean, it's still blocked. Why you're not dewarding it? TPing again. You're reacting again. Earn the Mars to damage him. You want to fight? Yeah, sure. Aghanim's and Medusa is really strong. Mid is getting destroyed. Wraith King, that's actually space. I don't actually like the idea of you guys trying to fight in the bottom. Like, yeah, sure, you managed to win the engagement, but the problem is that there's no objective that has been taken, right? You win the fight in here, but you cannot go in here, and then the mid tier one is already gone. If you keep on playing in here, you win the engagement, you go for Roshan. You have Solar Crest, you have Tag Team, right? Much simpler, much efficient when it comes to the gameplay. I mean, yeah, for sure you will win the late game battle, but if you can win early, why not do it? Are going for smoke? I mean, yeah, sure, you have 12. Let's take a look again. Sorry. So in this fight, you decided to go for Tag Team and then Walrus Punch and then Solar Crest. The better way of doing it for maximizing the damage is like this. Go for Tag Team, go for Solar Crest, and then go for Walrus Punch. Because Solar Crest will remove the armor of the enemy. Like 6 armor. Since Walrus Punch is physical damage, it will be a lot of damage if you do it that way. Maximizing the damage. That's a wasted Reaper Scythe. He's getting concerned about this Bristleback. You need to save someone. Especially Bristleback. That's what it is. Medusa is doing it. Nice block. Shard later? No, it's fine. Maybe you can go for Roshan? Roshan right now? So, twice in a row, you fought bottom area. No objectives, right? Tag team, make it quick. I have a hard time pressing Solar Crest because of my hotkey Alt W, since my keycap is so hard. You need to change keyboard then. if your excuse is that the keycaps are hard, change keyboard, or just practice it with your mechanical hand. You know? So this is what I'm talking about. You team wiped the enemy. They smoked, but you didn't take any objective. You guys played so slow. If it's me, I'll make a call that let's go for Roshan. You know, those creeps in here means nothing. It's only like 150 golds, but if you manage to go for Roshan in that window, someone in your team will have two lives, and then you will have map control because they will be afraid to fight you guys because of the ages. So what is this? Of course, they will win this game. They keep winning. Medusa is so strong. But the problem is that you don't know where to play. You're alive. Magic wand. You got silence though. Ah, you got close in the wall. Still go. They still want to go. If Medusa can go for Mystic Snake, nah. Where's the keeper? Medusa is really strong. Nice block. Yeah, the team is carrying you, for sure. Neutral item. Is there a better neutral item that you can take?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like you should swap items. I mean, yeah, Nether Shard for magic resistance.
His face
Good.
down in the dirt.
But I feel like Medusa should give this away. Imp Claw on Tusk is really good. Really good. But yeah, those fights that happened, the best, the only objective that you take is only bottom. This one. You cannot pursue this one. You cannot invade it. If you play in here, Aegis, Outpost, tier 2. Mid or top.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You need to make a call for your team to follow. Or even try to make a drawing. Like, give them an idea where to farm, where to play. Like that. Draw in the map. But it's still the same problem, you know? If you go for bottom, you're not going to take any objectives. Color quest. Yeah. Only tier 2 bottom. Still no Aegis. You guys are so strong, they cannot really fight. That ward is really good. Wait, why the puck TP? I mean, yeah, he got both of travels, but enemy is down as well. They can just try to cut the wave. No, you should not solar crest the bristleback. You should solar crest the Medusa for more attack speed. Scotty. You're messing up with the walrus. I feel like Blink Dagger is a really good item in this. If someone got speared and then in the arena, you can just blink in and then save that one. Save that guy. Look for Snowball. This is his dive. Nah, you're still gonna win this game. They cannot fight the Medusa anymore. And then they don't have way to kill this puck easily. So yeah, I feel like we're not going to learn anything from here. Because you guys are not going to throw the game, perhaps? Yeah, you're not going to throw the game. It gets toggled. Maybe you have a settings for it.
Got it.
I mean, you don't need to play in the top lane. You should play with your team, like right now. Why do you need to farm so bad? Even if you have Lotus Orb, it's not something that is game winning, you know? The team is actually winning right now. You just need to be there. Yeah? You just need to be there. The Lotus Orb is not needed. You guys are much stronger than them, even without Lotus Orb. It's a win already. Yep, it's GG. It's GG. I'm going to end it. I wonder if you have any questions to me though. Because if you don't have any question, we'll just going to review it. Like, I'll just summarize it. The Red King's item is really weird. Desolator. You don't have questions? Well, let's summarize that one. Your camera is to focus on your hero. Like, you don't check the mana. especially for the laning stage of the ogre. That's really important because if ogre doesn't have mana, he's useless. He's just a creep, tanky boy. You know, he got 7 armor early game, um, and then high base HP region as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see it here. About 5.6, 7.3. But the problem is that he has very low mana pool, like 255, 0.8. And if you look about their ignite, 110. So he can basically cast 2 ignite. This one is 70, 80, 90, of course. This is one of the reasons why Ogre will go for mangoes early game. Same concept with Undying. They're really strong at level 1, level 2. But after that, they're just a creep. So that's something that you did not abuse when it comes to the Ogre. And then in the matchup, like what I mentioned, they don't have any more mana for the Ogre. Wraith King cannot easily kill the Bristleback since they don't have control, aside from the Wraith King's stun, which is already used. Same thing, 95, 300. But it's not the greatest stun early game. It's always Ignite. The control is really strong. So yeah, you could try that one, like the pulling, like creep skipping into in between your tower. It's really good, really cool play. In that way, you'll be able to finish your Chankills already. Like what I mentioned, the Herb of Venom is actually useless in that game since you're not even attacking someone. And then if you decided to trade hits with the enemy, you are having issues with your HP as well. So it's a really hard trade for you to make. If you don't even buy Tango, Salve, everything, maybe go for Rush Tranquils instead. And then stacking, itemization. You don't need to actually go for Solar Crest immediately, but since you managed to win the fight, it's still good. But you should go for a Vessel first. It's a really good item in this game. Especially the enemy doesn't have a dispel, like Lotus Orb, Greaves. This guy is really greedy. Even Yules is needed just to dispel the Vessel. And aside from that, skill usage as well. Like example is the Earth Spirit engagement there. Like he's just rolling. You don't need to snowball. You're in range, just punch him, like with the ulti. It will be cancelled. The roll will be cancelled. I'm actually fan of the Tusk. Like really good. I'm not the greatest, of course, but I really love Tusk. Tusk, Nyx, plus 4. So yeah, focus on those things, like what I mentioned. Early game, like know the matchups. If you think you should play defensive, play defensive. Since Bristleback went for your Q at level 1, that means you need the Bristleback needs like level 2 or level 3 to actually play aggressive. The Q can be used for aggressiveness, but if they're just laning, it's not gonna happen since there's Ogre in the first place. So yeah, focus on laning stage first. Know the weakness of the enemy. Know the strength of your hero. And then into the mid game, play around the strongest hero on the map, which is Puck. You don't need to play around Medusa because Medusa is just going to farm. The best thing that you can do for Medusa is just stacks. Medallion can aggro the creeps as well, which is good for stacking. And yeah, I think that's it. That's everything that I could say. Basically the team carried you. Aside from that, when it comes to the map movement, it's really bad. Something that you need to improve. 2 engagement, you manage to win, but no objectives. If you play in the top lane, those engagement will be an objective. Like Roshan, Tier 2, Outpost, The higher the MMR goes, the faster the games will be. They will not wait for the enemy to be active and ready. They will prevent you from having those things, Especially you have Medusa. So yeah, I don't expect you to actually apply those things, everything, immediately. I'll just let you try to fix it one by one, and let me know if the replay analysis is effective or helpful or not by sending me an analysis feedback in the server. Okay. So thank you again for your time, and hopefully I can see your progress, and in the next stream as well. Not just with the replay analysis, of course. All right, you're welcome. Bye for now.